Hey everybody, Kyle Goethe here from GoFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and I'm here with another unboxing for you. That's right, it's getting to be that kind of time of year where I'm watching a lot of horror movies and trying to open up these boxes and get going to them. To be honest, these unboxings have really helped me actually watch some of the movies I own because I'm opening them up for you and for me. And so we're going to be doing that again today with another box set, another horror film box set. This one is, I believe, from Scream Factory again, and it is The Fly Collection. The Fly Collection. That's the one we're talking about today. Yes, this is a Scream Factory Blu-ray release with all 5 films in the Fly franchise. We're going to get started and open this up very quickly here. Thank you guys for joining me, and let's get started.
All right, as you can see right here, we have the Fly Collection. This is the 5-film set packed with hours of extras from Scream Factory. Scream Factory is an offshoot of Shout Factory. This 5-disc set is another one of their releases right now. Scream Factory, outside of Criterion, is probably my favorite physical media release company. Let's just put it as it is. And this is their set. Got all these different special features that we'll cover individually as we go through the whole set. But I really like this box, to be honest. I just want to point out it's got elements of every single Fly, throughout the entire series. And I just think that's really cool that they're honoring the entire collection right there. And we've got, as you can see, The Fly, Return of the Fly, The Curse of the Fly Remake, and The Fly 2. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. So excited. Side note, I purchased this from Target. If you know me, I'm always looking for a good deal because of my addiction to physical media. So getting it from Target was during their buy 2 get 1 free sale. They do them occasionally. That's probably the best time to buy box sets because free box set is a pretty good deal. There's the slip right there. I'll keep this with me in case we need to reference any of the things going on right there. But hey, there's even more good flyness over here. Look at this. This is a gorgeous looking set. I can't get over that. That's fantastic. Let's start by pulling these out one at a time right here. So you can see first we have The Fly, Once It Was Human, Even As You and I. Man, I love this poster. I remember this poster. It's iconic. And I just dig the poster and the way it looks on there. As you can see, when a scientist attempts to transfer matter through space, things go horrifically wrong, and 2 grotesque man-fly hybrids are created. Now, with the head of a fly and a wing in one place of one of his arms, the scientist desperately hopes that he, his wife, and his brother, played by Vincent Price, can capture the other mutant and reverse the experiment. So it's a very different, honestly, I've always known that the remake to The Fly is a very different film and it examines things differently. It's one of the best remakes ever. And I'm very interested because I've never seen anything but the 2 remake films. So this initial trilogy is very exciting to me. This film is from 1958 and is 94 minutes and directed by Kurt Newman. Special features on here, there is a commentary with David Hedison and film historian David Del Valle, a biography on Vincent Price, Fly Trap Catching, a classic, which I don't really know what it's about, Fox Movie Tone News, which is very likely trailers, and theatrical trailer. Simple enough. Let's take a look inside. Okay. Got our disc right there. And what's interesting here is I notice there's no slip. You tend to see with Shout Factory, and I think Arrow does it sometimes, they'll actually have a reversible slip cover that will have an alternate poster that's been made. This one doesn't actually have that, so it's interesting. But hey, I like this as it is, so, there you have it right there. Up next, we have Return of the Fly, all new and more horrific than before. How could it be more horrific? Oh, no. So let's look over here. The stuff of which nightmares are made. That's always a great thing right here. So, brace yourself for the chilling sequel to the horror classic The Fly. Despite warnings from his uncle Francois, the young scientist Philippe Delambre is determined to reattempt his late father's teleportation experiments with the help of his assistant Ronald, David Frankham. But Ronald's schemes against Philippe turn him into the same horrifying man-fly creature that his father had become, buzzing wildly toward the same disastrous fate. What's really cool is that you think to yourself Vincent Price is in these movies, but he's not specifically the Fly. He's always kind of like on the outside supporting, and I think that's really cool that, we always think iconically like Boris Karloff as Frankenstein and like anyone else is overshadowed by Frankenstein, but I would actually say that the Fly is on equal footing against Vincent Price. This film is from 1959. It runs 80 minutes, so it's a little bit shorter. And it's from Edward Burns, and this has some more amazing special features here. A new audio commentary with actor David Frankham, audio commentary with Brett Halsey and film historian David Del Valle, a theatrical trailer, TV spot, and still gallery. So pretty close to what we had here before. I think there was an extra doc on the original film, but this is actually pretty nice with two documentaries on a sequel, which is that's prime of what you're going to get with The Fly, and what you're going to get with the release from the incredible Scream Factory. All right, we're going to go to the third film now, The Curse of the Fly. I'm trying to get a little focus here for you. Piece by piece, atom by atom, humans invisibly teleported through time and space, re-entering Earth as half-human monsters from the fourth dimension. You know, that's always my least favorite dimension, if we're going to get particular. All right. After escaping a mental institution, Patricia Stanley is recruited by scientist Martin Delambre, the grandson of the doomed teleportation scientist Andre Delambre. The two fall in love and marry, but Patricia quickly realizes her new husband's science experiments are as horrific as his family's past. As she investigates further, Patricia learns the unnerving secrets of the Delambre family and has to find a way to escape them before she becomes the next insect-human hybrid. This only has a TV spot and a still gallery, but the fact that it's included on here is pretty nice. It is 86 minutes, 1965 actually, which is interesting because if you look at the slip over here, it says 108 minutes. So I don't really know. I'm assuming this is correct. I'm assuming the 86 minutes is correct on here. Oh, did we actually open this last one? Let's take a look in there. Pretty standard. So another background instead of a reversible cover, and I like that. I like the disc cover. You know, it's a nice disc art. Let's head over to Curse of the Fly's disc art and take a look. Again, nice image from the background. It's actually, I think, the same image that you get on the disc. Yeah, she looks like she's having some fun. There's the Curse of the Fly. You can tell a little bit less put work into this one just because there's not as much stuff to talk about, but it is the third film. I honestly didn't realize that there was a third movie. I thought there was 2 originals and 2 remakes. I didn't know there was a third in the original set, so looking forward to that one. Now we get to one of my all-time favorite movies, The Fly remake, Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid, of course. I actually already had a copy of this on Blu-ray, but I knew that when I saw this Fly collection, this Fly from David Cronenberg is one of my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time, and I couldn't have that set going around without me owning it. So there you have it. If you don't know the plot of The Fly remake, in this chilling contemporary remake of an all-time horror classic, Jeff Goldblum stars as an overly ambitious scientist who accidentally merges with a housefly while conducting a bizarre teleporting experiment. Now his journalist girlfriend, played by Gina Davis, suddenly finds herself caring for a hideous creature whose insect half gradually begins to take over. So this film has interviews with producers Mel Brooks and Stuart Cornfield. A lot of people don't know Mel Brooks produced this film, and he also produced The Elephant Man for David Lynch. Brooks had quite a good career as a little producer right there, and he was very adamant about getting the director's vision out, and I think that's pertinent in this film. It also has a new commentary with author William Beard from The Art as Monster, The Cinema of David Cronenberg, audio commentary with director David Cronenberg, a 3-part documentary with David Cronenberg, deleted scenes with storyboard and script comparisons, has an alternate ending, the Brundle Museum of Natural History, which sounds quite amazing, promotional featurettes, trailers, TV spots, and much more. I've probably seen a good chunk of these in previous editions of the film, but I like the new interview, I like the new commentary. So this is David Cronenberg. It's 95 minutes, and it's 1986. This movie cruises by. If you haven't had a chance to check out The Fly, even if you don't see the original, watch this movie. It is brilliant. It is disturbing. It is heartbreaking. It is an all-time classic film. It's one of my few 5 out of 5s I remember rating. So can't miss that one. That's got to be worth checking out. Let's open it up and see if it looks. Oh God, please open right. All right. This is a very similar cover art. Another post or background image from the film. Of course, the infamous scene of him walking upside down on the ceiling, which is just nightmare-inducing. I love this movie. I can't wait to revisit it again. I watch it every year. Last but not least, we have The Fly 2, Like Father, Like Son. Spoiler: if you haven't seen The Fly 1, we're going to talk about the sequel, which gives some pretty big spoilers on how the film plays out. All right, there's some Eric Stoltz action. Yeah, and Daphne Zuniga for you fans of Spaceballs. All right, experience a new generation of terror with this chilling follow-up to The Fly. Martin Brundle might seem normal, but as the son of the ill-fated scientist whose genes were altered in a bizarre experiment, he's about to suffer the most horrifying transformation ever experienced by a human being. Co-starring Daphne Zuniga, Lee Richardson, and John Getz, The Fly 2 is just as riveting and terrifying as the 1986 film from which it spawned. Which, okay, I'm going to argue that's not true at all, but I like that they're advertising it. I've always thought The Fly 2 is not that bad. It's not nearly as good as the first film. It's not a great sequel, but there are elements that really, really work here in this movie. And I do think it is, if you're a horror fan, it's worth checking out if you enjoy The Fly. It is worth checking out. I can't say you're going to love it, but I do think it is worth the experience of at least watching it once. This film was actually directed by Chris Wallace, who did the special effects work, and I believe won an Oscar for his work in the first film. So he directed this one. It is actually from Brooks Films. Eric Stoltz, Daphne Zing, we already talked about them. Another thing I want to mention, screenplay was written by Mick Garris, who's huge for his work on The Stand, Stephen King's The Shining miniseries. He did a lot of Stephen King work. He also did Psycho 4, Critters 2. Jim and Ken Wheat also worked on the screenplay, and so did Frank Darabont, creator of The Walking Dead. He directed Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, The Mist. Frank Darabont is brilliant. He also, I believe Frank Darabont helped write Nightmare on Elm Street 3. So a lot of big, heavy hitters in this movie. 1989, it's 104 minutes. So let's check out what's inside here. Again, pretty standard cover image right there. And a lot of The Fly 2 is set inside of a kind of like housing area for the son. So, I mean, that's the image you're getting right there. So there's The Fly 2. Like father, like son. So a good collection of 5 films that we got here, and a gorgeous looking box to hold it all in. And there's the Fly collection.
So there you have it, folks. That was the Fly collection on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Hopefully you've gotten some insight into whether or not this is a physical media purchase that you are interested in owning, or maybe if it's one that you want to stray away from. It's entirely up to you, but this is the way it looks, and that's the information we're given. So we're going for it. Thank you guys for joining me so very much. If you have any comments on the set, if you have a favorite Fly film, a least favorite Fly film, if you already have the box set and you have your thoughts on it, let me know in the comments section down below. Scream Factory always puts a lot of work into their sets, and every single time they have one that comes out, I gotta think really hard about whether or not I can afford it. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on that down below. And while you're down there, consider liking and subscribing to the video. I know everybody on YouTube always says that, but you know what? It actually helps our channel. It helps out a lot. You're getting content from us. All we ask in return is a like, a subscribe, and hey, if you got a chance, leave a comment too, because that's one of my favorite things about my channel, about my other show, Kyle and Nick on Film, is engaging with the people that watch the show. It's probably my favorite part, more than watching the movies or talking about them on the show, is engaging with our fans and the people that watch the show with us. It's kind of the whole reason that I got into doing this, is because I love to talk movies, and where better to do so than the world's largest discussion forum, the internet. I know it's crummy sometimes, but it's there. If you guys are interested in checking out more, you can also check out www.goatfilmreviews.com. That's where I have my over 1,000 film reviews and other content that I've been working on for several years. So give that a look when you get a chance. During the month of October, you'll see again returning to the stage is the 31 Days of Horror. That will be continuing. It's a yearly ritual, and it's one I don't ever see ending, because it's not like I don't watch horror films. So look forward to that. You can also follow Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. Find Goat Film Reviews. It's right there. And you can follow myself personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter and Instagram. And that way you can keep track of all the things we got going on around here. You can also check out my Letterboxd if you really want to stay in the know on my film watching. It's at Almighty Goatman or Kyle Goethe. You can find me on there. I'm around. I'm available. If you're also interested, you can check out Kyle and Nick on Film, the YouTube show. The link's down in the description as well. Don't forget you can subscribe to that and leave your thoughts on the many different films we've talked about. We've got over 100 episodes right now, and more in the can on the way. So look forward to that as well. You can also find Kyle and Nick on Film at KN on Film on Twitter, and also on their Instagram as well. So look forward to all those kinds of things going on right there. Again, thank you all for joining me so very much, and we'll see you next time.